Hello everyone and welcome back to Derpy Dungeons. This is Yasuo and today we are playing Dragon Age Inquisition. Alright, so... yeah. We have begun the Inquisition. There's Varric. I think he knows what just happened. He always knows. There is no he, I think he knows. No, he knows. Wish I could read that. He's gonna be a problem. Calling it now. Honestly, we shouldn't have let him even leave. We should have threw him into the fucking jail. I don't think he actually did anything now that he started all this. But, I mean, he sure as hell thought I did. So how come closing it didn't work? Dragon Age Inquisition. I don't understand why it didn't work. Oh, I am in new gear again. Didn't I just equip gear though? Like, damn. I bet this isn't as good. Scout cloak, 50. I'm in 90. I'll take my chances. Sorry, I'm not in 90. I'm now in 90.
Do you think the mages will be able to seal the breach? I heard some speak of using the Templars instead. I suppose that would work as well.
Plaid weave, lover's not right half. Okay.
Thanks for checking No, my lady, I don't know where the other nobles are. I suggest you ask Ambassador Montillier. Oh, you're her. Thrin, Inquisition Quartermaster. I'm doing what I can to supply this mess. If you find what I need to fill one of my requisitions, I'd appreciate you bringing it in.
What did you mean when you mentioned requisitions?
I'm making this Inquisition run with what we have, but we're not a real army. We're stretched thin on materials, so I've put up a requisition list for anything that could help our people. Here, take a look. You find some iron and a good logging site, maybe Harriet can get our troops better weapons.
Farewell.
Make it
Okay.
out with you.
I already got 5 iron. I just gotta find a logging stand.
So we're heretics, just like us. Should we surrender or...
Don't be foolish. We are the Chantry, as much as any Grand Cleric. That prattle from Valeroya isn't what I can make of it. It's politics.
Okay. Oh, I guess I'm supposed to check the table after talking to her. Yeah. I need a logging stand.
If you
That's
find anything we
really
need, let me know.
what I need. Hello, soulless.
The chosen of Andraste, a blessed hero sent to save us all.
Am I riding in on a shining steed?
I would have suggested a griffon, but sadly they're extinct. Joke as you will, posturing is necessary.
They are not extinct, Solus.
I've journeyed deep into the Fade in ancient ruins and
They pop
battlefields to
back
see
up
the
in
dreams of
Velgard.
lost
Spoiler.
civilizations. I've watched as hosts of spirits clash to reenact the bloody past in ancient wars, both famous and forgotten. Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
What do you mean, ruins and battlefields?
Any building strong enough to withstand the rigors of time has a history. Every battlefield is steeped in death. Both attract spirits. They press against the veil, weakening the barrier between our worlds. When I dream in such places, I go deep into the Fade. I can find memories no other living being has ever seen.
I've never heard of anyone going so far into the Fade. That's extraordinary.
Thank you. It's not a common field of study for obvious reasons. Not so flashy as throwing fire or lightning. The thrill of finding remnants of a 1,000-year-old dream? I would not trade it for anything. I will stay there. At least until the breach has been closed.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate surrounded by Chantry forces in the middle of a mage rebellion. Cassandra has been accommodating, but you understand my caution.
The giant hole in the sky trumps any other concerns. We can worry about the rest later.
Yes. Who can say what this world will look like when we are done fighting for it?
Correct.
But now let us hope either the mages or the Templars have the power to seal the breach.
I don't know why I'm getting you to like me, asshole. Apothecary. Find recipes through exploration or by visiting merchants. Visit an apothecary with herbs you gather in the wilderness to upgrade potions. Use the equip station to assign different potions to each of your party members and to replenish the potion you are carrying. Use the upgrade station to unlock permanent upgrades to your potions. Well, I mean... Okay. Oh, I need a lot of elf fruit.
Segret told me that he can't let the herbs go for anything less than 8.
Fine. We'll gather our own. Tell Segret he better hope he doesn't need a salve anytime soon.
Patient observations, day 2. Pulse normal, breathing normal, still unresponsive. Careful drop feed of prep, elf root extract to hasten her recovery. A lot of thrashing. Mutters about too many eyes, something about the gray. Is that encouraging? Wait, is this the dude that, like...
Look who's back from the dead. Again.
It has been a rough few days.
That's an understatement. And more ahead if the weather is any indication. Name's Zidane. I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
Is there anything I can do to help out?
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajin's notes. Old bastard was working on something special. He died at the Conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
Farewell.
Okay, so if I find Master Tegan's notes, I'll know where to bring them. I don't know why. I thought that was oh, there's something to read. The Singing Maiden. Have you ever heard the story of King Bedwin, or Bedwyr? Bedwyr, like most kings, was a man of great pride who expected nothing but complete loyalty from his subjects. Wait, is this the one... I've heard this story. This is the one with the Iron Maiden, isn't it? He believed the best way to achieve this was through fear, after all. Those who feared him would never cross him or question his rule. Most importantly, those who feared him would always seek to please him. Bedwyr cultivated terror in his subordinates through the gleeful and unrestrained use of a contraption referred to as a maiden. I bet. As the maiden. The maiden was a hinged iron casket as high and wide and deep as a man, with vicious spikes within, meant to pierce through the poor skull, or soul, locked into it. I almost said skull. Bedwyer's maiden was a prized possession and stood in a place of honor in his throne room, often with a screaming victim inside of it. Political rivals, suspected assassins, treasonous ministers, the maiden consumed them all. But as time passed, more people were given to the maiden for increasingly trivial offenses. The cook for over-salting the king's food, the page boy for dropping his sword. The maiden cast a pall over the kingdom, and its people prayed for deliverance from their cruel king. Then one day a strange woman rode into the city. She called herself Ember, and was an emissary from a far-off land. Her leaders had heard, she said, of Bedwyer's wisdom and authority, and she sought the king's counsel. The thought that he had earned the adulation of brother kings across the sea made Bedwyr swell with pride, and he granted Ember an audience. They dined and danced, and through it all Ember flattered and fawned on the king. At the end of the night, Ember asked to see the maiden for herself, the infamous device that had given Bedwyr all his power. The king, giddy with praise, proudly presented Ember with the empty contraption. Ember looked at the maiden, sighed with disappointment, and said, "That does not look terrifying at all. I should have imagined the spikes to be much sharper." Bedwyr grew red at her comment and replied, "The spikes are sharp enough. Look at the blood that still clings to them." "But it is so small," said Ember. "Are only children and women its victims?" Bedwyr grew redder still and replied, "Of course not. The maiden had devoured many men." Ember shook her head and said to the king, "I just do not believe it. Surely no warrior could fear this thing. A man like yourself, tall and muscled, would not even fit within." The king laughed, and he saw a way to prove the merit of the maiden to Ember. "I will show you how easily a man like myself could fit," he said, and with that he stepped into the device. But you see, Ember was waiting, and no sooner had he squeezed himself into the iron casket than Ember slammed it shut on him. Ember took the maiden with the screaming Bedwyr inside, through the castle and down into the city, and the people, finally free from the king's tyranny, cheered and danced to the singing that echoed through the streets until he was dead and it finally stopped. A tale often told in the Singing Maiden Tavern. I remember that one. Oh, do-do-do-do-do-do. A tale of the Frostbacks. Even mountains had a heart once when the world was young. Korth the Mountain Father kept his throne at the peak of Belanus, the mountain at the center of the world, from which he could see all corners of the earth and sky. And he saw strong men become weak, brave men grow cowardly, and wise men turn foolish for love. Korth devised a plan that he might never be betrayed by his own heart, by taking it out and hiding it where no soul would ever dare search for it. He sealed it inside of a golden cask and buried it in the earth, raised around it the fiercest mountain the world had ever seen, the Frostbacks, to guard it. But without his heart, the Mountain Father grew cruel. His chest was filled with bitter mountain winds that shrieked and howled like lost souls. Food lost its flavor, music had no sweetness, and he lost all joy in deeds of valor. He sent avalanches and earthquakes to torment the tribes of men. Gods and men rose against him, calling him a tyrant. But with no heart, Korth could not be slain. Soon there were no heroes left, either among men or gods, who would dare challenge Korth. The Lady of the Sky sent the best of her children, the swiftest, the cleverest, and the strongest flyers, to scour the mountains for the missing heart. And for a year and a day they searched. But Sparrow and Raven, Vulture and Eagle, Swift and Albatross, returned to her with nothing. Then the Ptarmigians spoke up and offered to find the god chief's heart. The other birds laughed, for the Ptarmigian is a tiny bird, too humble to soar, which spends half its time hopping along the ground. The lady would not give the little creature her blessing, for the mountains were too fierce, even for eagles. But the ptarmigan set out anyway. The little bird traveled deep into the frostbacks. When she could not fly, she crawled. She hugged the ground and weathered the worst mountain winds, and so made her lonely way to the valley with a heart beat. With all the god's terrible deeds, the heart was far too heavy for the tiny bird to carry, so she rolled it little by little out of the valley and down a cliff. And when the golden cast struck the earth, it shattered. The heart was full almost to bursting, and the pain of it roused the mountain god to come see what had happened. When Korth neared his heart, it leapt back into his chest, and he was whole again. Then Hakon Wintersbreath bound Korth's chest with 3 bands of iron and 3 bands of ice, so it could never again escape. And all the remaining gods named the Ptarmigan honored above even the loftiest of eagles. The Ptarmigan, an Avar tale from Ferelden, folklore and history by Sister Petrin, Chantry scholar. Resources found here: Fruit Iron.
You're certain?
Irish Stone. Grey Wardens, you said?
We're not paid to be sarcastic. Can I get you anything?
No. I'm good.
Farewell. Goodbye.
Honestly. Alrighty. Ah, Varric.
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
I'm just glad I'm still standing after all that.
I still can't believe you survived Cassandra. You're lucky you were out cold for most of her frothing rage. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
The breach needs to be sealed. The sooner the better.
If it can be sealed, you might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky, that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
Can't really say he's wrong. That is a bit insane.
Fix the door.
Ah, you're awake and out of Lady Cassandra's clutches. And here I paid that little knife ear to inform me the moment you were free. No matter, no matter. Segret, honored.
Hey now.
Thank you for all you've done, and hopefully you'll still do.
Ideally while wearing and wielding gear purchased here, yes?
Precisely. Anything you need is yours. For a reasonable price, of course. Supplies are a little tight, given the circumstances.
Can I see what you have for sale?
Of course. My wares are at the table.
Oh, okay. That's weird. 53 bucks. What? Does it not give me stats? Oh, there it is. 50. Mine's better. Of course mine's better. Mine's the bow of the dragon. Mine has a fire rune in it, apparently. Sturdy Bianca grip? Wouldn't that be for Bianca? Okay. I hate every one of these helmets. I don't know what willpower does in this game. Each point increases attack and magic defenses. Attack and critical damage bonuses. Okay, so I need my dex up. Paper screen lets you provide instructions. Oh, that would have been great earlier. Oh well. Oh, I do have another point to spend. Might as well. I use that quite a bit. Alright, I need to go back to the Chantry.
How can you be so calm?
Actually, before... One by Canary officers, yada yada yada. +3 range defense, +2 melee. Empty sigil. How do I put a sigil in it? I mean, I don't think I have one, but still. I don't know.
Everything we've been told.
Does it trouble you?
If it wasn't enough to close the breach, what use is it?
You did everything we asked of you.
And it still didn't work.
What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
Clearly, you have something in mind.
We do. You've met Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's forces.
It was only for a moment on the field. I'm pleased you survived.
This is Lady Josephine Montellier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
I've heard much. It's a pleasure to meet you at last.
And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra.
Pleased to meet you all.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has denounced the Inquisition, and you specifically.
They still think I'm guilty.
That is not the entirety of it any longer. Some are calling you the Herald of Andraste, and that frightens the Chantry.
The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we, heretics, for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
Will the Chantry attack us?
With what? They have only words at their disposal.
And yet, they may bury us with them.
I meant to go
There is
the other
something you
one,
can
but
do.
it went
A
up.
Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not far, and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
Why would someone from the Chantry help a declared heretic?
I understand she's a reasonable sort. Perhaps she does not agree with her sisters. You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
War table allows you to apply the power of the Inquisition throughout Orlais and Ferelden. Mother Giselle is in the hinterlands, which can be found in the Ferelden side of the table. Okay. The Inquisition can unlock new areas for you to explore through scouting operations. Perform the scouting operation for the hinterlands on the Ferelden side of the war table. Okay, so you mean this big triangle here? Mother Giselle was last seen in the hinterlands outside Redcliffe, tending refugees who fled the fighting between renegade Templars and apostate mages. The latest reports suggest that the vicious struggle between... Would you two shut up? The latest reports suggest that the vicious struggle between the two groups has spread to the hinterlands, catching the refugees and Mother Giselle in the middle. It is vital to protect her and, if possible, restore order to the area. I have to go with that one, apparently. Ow. Hey, it's Harding! I know her. That's Scout Harding. In Velgard, spoiler alert, I'm trying to romance her with my dwarf. She looks better in that game, obviously, because, you know, so many years between the two. But I'd recognize her anyway. Scout the hinterlands. Inquisition scouting report. We avoided the fighting as best we could. It's every bit as bad as we feared. The apostates are mad, attacking anything that moves, and it appears that the Templars here aren't following anyone's orders any longer. We located Mother Giselle and are trying to protect her, but she refuses to leave the refugees until we've ensured their safety. That will be hard to do without troops to push the apostates and the Templars out of the area. Commander Cullen asked me to make inquiries of Master Dennett, a retired horse master of Redcliffe, who lives in the area. We tried to contact him about obtaining better horses for the Inquisition, but we've been unable to get through the fighting. Lead Scout Harding. New area unlocked. Accept report. Would you like to gather your party and venture to the hinterlands? Sure. Varric, Cassandra, and Solus, because that is what I got. Let's go. Let's go. Boom. I like the night light, baby. The breach. What does it mean to pierce the veil? That which separates our world from the realm of dreams and demons. For the average man and woman, it is a frightening thought to consider just how fragile this separation actually is. The veil is not a physical curtain, not a structure limited to the particular place. It is everywhere. It is in their homes, in the streets where they walk, in farmers' fields, as well as remote mountain vales. At any moment, it could be torn to shreds, allowing demons and other horrors to flood into our world like water through a bursting dam. Known lore tells us that small rifts can be sealed, but what? I can't read the rest because it went away. Da-da-da-da-da-da. If you're still going to load, why didn't you just let me...
Herald of Andraste. I've heard the stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach.
Hey, Harding.
It's an honor to meet you, my lady. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. I, well, All of us here. We'll do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
Ugh.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
We should get to business. The situation's pretty dire. We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
Change party, rest, inspect requisitions. Equip potions. All the stuff that you normally do. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, hit like. If you would like to see more, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.